Welcome to your weekly reading. Today is Sunday, September 20th. This reading is for the week of the 21st, starting with the Emperor. That is the card of Aries, and Mars is in retrograde in Aries. So there is some tensions building in that square to Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter. And it looks like there is some mental conflict. Mostly it appears internal, but it can be indicative of a transformation process that you're going through. So we have the Emperor, the Five of Swords, and Justice and the Six of Wands came out, which shows victory on the other side. This Five of Swords is agitated and it's unsettled, it's uncomfortable, but necessary. Okay, so we don't ever need to be concerned about challenging cards, because sometimes we need the tension of challenge to evolve us, to help us grow. So we don't, look to life to be a coast, just an easy trip, an easy ticket. It's not like, one big holiday, right? It's, it takes effort and it takes application of our wisdom through that process of growth and through change and transformation. And 5 is the number of change. So we have two major arcana cards here, and they're very strong cards. It's actually the Aries and the Libra. We have Emperor and Justice here. And this is in the Aries part of the zodiac, and this is in the Libra part of the zodiac, and they are in opposition to one another. And there is that oppositional tension, yet a likeness in that field of opposites, which is kind of an interesting thing. We are moving in this week. This is the Equinox. The sun ingresses into Libra this week. So we are moving into that equanimity of equal day, equal night on the planet, a time in which I love, and it appeals to my Libran senses. I have a lot of planetary energy in my in Libra, in my sign. You see, I claim it as mine because there's so much energy there. So let's start with the Emperor. The Emperor is the one that takes action, the one that initiates action. It's this divine masculine energy. And the Emperor is going through a transformation. Mars is retrograde, and Mars' home sign is Aries, and it's retrograding in its own sign. So there is this introspection of a very masculine external energy. And so there's innately a bit of a paradox there, a duality there, a grappling there. One that's used to expressing and shining forth and sparking energy outwardly is being retrograded. It's being called to an internalization. And not only that, it's squared Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, which are the planets that are greatly transforming our world in 2020. So there's tension, right, in that square. And there's tension in that heat being directed inward. Yet such a potent opportunity to reflect on the masculine energy that's within all of us. We are personified as a gender, yet we are all both. We all have masculine and feminine quality and energy. Masculine is the electrical current. The feminine is the magnetic current. And we all have an electromagnetic field. We all have these masculine and energy, masculine and feminine energies and properties to our humanness innately, to this form. So we talk about the masculine principle not as a gender principle, but as an electrical principle, okay? And yes, okay, the man too, okay? We could externalize it as a gender, but that's only a partial reading. It's only a partial message. So the Emperor is asking for, and combined with this Five of Swords next to it, this five is a change. Fives are change. The five elements: earth, air, fire, water, ether. It's that five. It's that elemental embrace, and we're being asked to change this way of the masculine energy within and without. And the masculine energy, as it's been personified through history, is a competitive, externalized energy. And there's a beautiful teaching in the native tradition, and it's the warrior, and that archetype of the warrior. But in this warriorship, it's being more a warrior of the internal. And that's what this Mars retrograde is asking, to go inside and be the spiritual warrior, and to resurrect and rise within the spirit of your soul, the spark of your soul. Rise that through the thicket and thickness of the density ego matrix, and to be a warrior of your spirit, being a spiritual warrior. And that's a very internal journey. That's an internal field, to remove the obstacles and to align your soul and spirit within. And that's really what this Emperor, to me, in this particular energy framework that we're in right now, is calling upon, especially that Five of Swords, because there's a restructuring. There's some sort of, we're wanting to use the heat of Aries, of Emperor, of the masculine, wanting to use that initiatory divine spark, the divine nature of masculine, and allow that energy of friction, of heat, to be creative and cooperative and collaborative, and to let that natural energy of, what we want to be competitive and take down the opponent. We're being asked to allow that friction of resistance to be cooperative, to transcend the competitive, take down the opponent so I reign, right? I reign victorious. And of course, there's healthy competition, okay? That's yet the spirit of it, the spirit of competition, to be cooperative, where both teams excel because of that heat and tension and healthy friction, that we really rise within to the spirit of the occasion. And indeed, we're all being asked to rise to the spirit of this occasion of global transformation of society, and to really come into that clarion call of leadership. These two together are very, very sovereign, very strong, very personally individuated, free energies. justice comes in to bring in balance and alignment, and to assist one in the cleaning and the clearing of these lower thought forms that might come in, self-defeating thought forms that might come in with the Five of Swords, the cage of, the chatterbox mind, and that inner world, that inner battle, that inner war, that sometimes externalizes because you're at war with yourself. And we see this externalization of so much tension in the world and the earth because there's been so much intention towards apocalyptic thinking, doomsday thinking. Our thoughts have been very misaligned, right? And so justice is coming in to clean up the mental field, right? And to really clean house so that we can set new visions that are coming from these divine laws, divine wisdom, divine love, divine truth, divine power, okay? And those are higher, that's a higher orientation, a higher alignment for action in the world, rather than just, creating it from the human level, that has all sorts of cobwebs and nets, right? So justice is really coming in to clean house this Libra season. This Libra season is going to be a powerful one, and powerful meaning there's going to be a lot of strong energies in the charts. So we're going to see tension, and it's really asking you to not react and react in a way that externalizes all the energy. Use the opportunity to take that path of the peaceful warrior, the rainbow warrior, and work on your system and clean house. And Six of Wands is you will come through that battlefield of your inner world victorious. So I'm reading this as an internalization. We could externalize this whole story, and I'm feeling called to taking 10 days of silence. So I'm reading this as a very internal energy, that it is a time to really go in and elevate your thought forms. And what thought forms are you looping and that are needing divinity, are needing divine guidance for cleaning and clearing, and use that sword of divine justice to balance and calibrate. This is the equinox. We're just coming off of powerful new moon intentions last week, and then we're coming into this equanimity, equality, equal day, equal night. Work with the sun, work with this solar energy in this kind of harmonious time frame that we're in here, and receive the light as your guidance, and work with the elements. They're here to assist, support, and guide you. So this is a very, very interesting, very strong, pretty clear reading. There's some very strong cards. So, and I love that Justice and the Emperor showed up, because these are some of the major energies that we are working with right now. So the cards don't lie. So if you would like a private reading, I do offer those, and they're a wonderful journey to go through. and always creative, and you know, open the eyes to see with more clarity. There's always messages, guidance, you know, the messages that come through. There's always some spiritual guidance, you know, home practices for you to take with you to elevate, you know, the vibes of your life. So I wish you a wonderful week, and I will see you next Sunday, Monday. Much love and aloha.